I love you with my heart, with my soul, with every fibre of my entire being. So, I have a question for you. If you put a plant in a cupboard, what's going to happen to that plant? It's going to die, right? What makes you any different from a plant? Nothing. You are like a tree, like a flower, like a plant. You can live off light, oxygen and water. Now, constantly, 24/7, the sun has streams of light pouring out of it. And those streams of light are hitting the planet in different places during different times of the day. The light is hitting one side of the planet, then it's hitting the other side of the planet, but the sun is always shining. It's always shining, and it's always giving off powerful rays, powerful streams. Now, light is information, and that information comes in the form of light codes. And these light codes come through the center of the sun, which is a cosmic portal. At the moment, there's powerful streams of light hitting this planet, high vibrational streams of light hitting this planet from other spaces, coming through the center of the sun and into our space and pummeling planet Earth. Now, what we need to do as human beings is to accept that light. Most people don't even know about this light. Most people are so engrossed in this 3D reality that they don't know about light codes. They don't know that light is information, and they don't know that consistently coming through the sun are messages, streams of light, information from source, from whatever, whoever, the field, the source point that created this universe, God, Spirit, whatever you want to call it, this powerful, powerful creation that created all of us and everything else, the sun, the moon, the planets that are in just our galaxy alone, let alone universes beyond our universe. I mean, it's crazy to think of the magnitude that this light frequency created when it very, very first created the very first beings and the very first few planets, etc., etc. And we as human beings are a byproduct of God knows how many byproducts, but we're here incarnated as spiritual beings having this human experience. We came from the stars, and we were created like trees, like plants, like flowers, to be part of our environment. We're not some crazy creation that is separate from our environment. We're no different from plants, trees and flowers. We are a part of our environment. We're not these crazy bags of bones and muscles and organs. We can feed off of light. When we put food into our bellies, we're eating photons. When light hits seeds that create bushes and trees that produce fruits of its labour, apples, grapes, nuts, whatever it is, whatever type of food it is, there is photons inside that food, and when we eat, we're eating photons. Now we can bypass that. We can bypass that, and we can go straight to the light source. And the light source is the sun. So we should be out sun gazing. We should be out meditating. Not meditating indoors, meditating in the sun, meditating in the fresh air. Not when there's loads of clouds around, but when it's sunny. And you've got to ask yourself the question, why is it that all of these clouds have appeared suddenly and we're getting less sunlight in certain parts of the world, especially in Europe, especially in England, and other parts of America and certain different places? It's because certain people are controlling these formations that we call clouds. And they're blocking out the sunlight because they don't want us to connect to the sunlight, because if we connect to the sunlight, this electromagnetic charge, because that's what we are, as electromagnetic, these photons are going to go through our eyes, into our pineal gland. That information is going to get translated and sent into our cells to unlock our DNA, to allow us to be more of who we are, to be super powerful, to go through some kind of metamorphosis. like a caterpillar going into a chrysalis and coming out as a beautiful butterfly. When we start to feed off of light, we change, we expand, we elevate, our frequency changes, and we become whole, unique, powerful. And certain powers that be don't want that. So they control the information. He who controls the information controls the people. He who controls the light controls the people. What we need to do is to realize what's going on. Think about this for a second. If you get a tsunami, okay, do you ever see any dolphins washed up on the beach? Do you ever see any turtles, any whales, any fish washed up on the beach? No. Why? Because they're in tune with their environment. They're not glued to the television, slamming Coca-Cola down their throat, going through the McDonald's drive-thru. No, they're not distracted by this 3D reality. They're connected. They're connected by light. They're connected by sound. They know the truth. They're connected to nature. They know that tsunami's coming way before that tsunami hits the beach. But human beings are sat there swigging back glasses of red wine, beer, eating ice creams, shoveling fish and chips down their throat, and bam, the wave takes them out. Whose fault is that? It's no one's fault. It's just that the human beings are unaware because they're locked in this 3D reality. What we need to do is to wake the fuck up and realize that we're powerful. And the key to our power are light codes, and the key to accessing those light codes is lights, sun gazing, meditation, putting Mother Nature into our bellies, plants, fruits and foods that contain high vibrational frequencies that have been fed by the sun. Not some man-made, created, artificial food source that we've been conditioned is full of nutrition, full of vitamins, full of nutrients, full of calcium and all that bullshit that's on the labels in our shops and on the television and all of the marketing and the advertising. No, we've got to go beyond the illusion and into the truth. And the truth is to feed off lights. But a stepping stone in that right direction is to clean up your nutrition, meditate, sun gaze, and eventually you're going to go through human photosynthesis. You're going to change. The mitochondria inside of your cells are going to start to recognize light, and they're going to be able to transform that light into energy. Instead of the system that you've got at the moment where our cells, the mitochondria in our cells, the makeup, the system that we have inside of us at the moment, it recognizes foods or stuff that we put into our bellies, and it transfers that to energy. But it's a closed system. All you have is growing older and decay, birth and decay, birth and decay, birth and decay. These cells are in a closed system. But when you start to feed off light, that reverses, and we start to open that system up, and the cells start to create and expand, and they don't die. We're capable of living forever. We're capable of embodying so much light that we just expand. Very often that you see an unhealthy tree. Trees live for thousands of years. We can live for thousands of years, but trees live off light, oxygen and water. They don't sit there eating McDonald's. They don't sit there arguing with each other. They don't sit there getting into relationships with each other, divorcing each other, marrying the church, splitting up, going through headaches, going to court. They don't pay taxes. Trees just be. Why can't you be? Why can't I be? Why can't we all just be and love each other? The trees love each other. The trees are in harmony with everything. So are the flowers, so are the plants, so are the animals. If you look at two ducks on a lake, on the water, they have a little argument, and then they flap their wings like crazy, and then they sail off really calmly as though the little argument never happens. But us human beings, we stew on it and we stew on it, because we're not tapped into the right resources. Let me tell you how intelligent light is. This is how intelligent and miraculous and amazing light is. Scientists have got a frog, okay? A frog's egg. Before the frog has even hatched, they've got a laser beam, and they've shone that laser beam into the frog and into the frog's cells. And what that beam of light, that laser has done, it has started to take on board the information of the frog cells. Now what the scientists have done is retracted that laser beam and then pointed that laser beam at salamander eggs, which are completely different. You've got frogs and you've got a salamander. And what's happened is the salamander wants the light beam, which contains the frequency and the genetics and the DNA and the coding that's in the light of the frog. The salamander has turned into a frog. It started to reproduce in a different way. It started to go through some kind of metamorphosis. It started to change, and frogs were born. This is how intelligent light is. Light is the key to manipulation. Light is the key to transformation. Light is the key to intelligence. Those that have more light coming into their eyes, into their pineal gland, into their consciousness, are naturally more intelligent. This is a fact. So we need to wake up and realize the truth. We need to alkalize our bodies more with high pH water, with greens, green vegetable juice. Not so much green fruit juice, but green vegetable juice. A little bit of fruit juice is okay, but 80 to 90% vegetable juice with a little bit of fruit juice, maybe to sweeten it up, but mostly vegetable juice. And high pH water. Love your water, hold your water, change the molecular structure of your water by opening your heart and loving it before you drink it. Or do your own research and get a decent machine that's going to change the structure, the atomic structure of the water before you drink it. Raise the pH up to 9.5, so that when you drink it, your body is more alkaline. This is how we become like plants, trees, and flowers. When you eat food, you eat photons. When you drink water, you drink electrons. So let's drink water, let's feed off lights. Let's eat foods that were created by light. And let's allow our bodies to go through this change. So we don't need this system that we've been bred into. We don't need money, we don't need food, we don't need petrol and gasoline. Because we can teleport, bilocate. We don't need to eat. All of these control mechanisms are there for a reason, and simply that, to control us. But we're more powerful than these control systems. But we've got to use spiritual discipline, and we've got to start right now. We've got to unite as a tribe, as a global family, and all of us as individuals have got to start going on our own mission to go into our cosmic hearts and realise that we're this powerful, and start to feed off the good stuff. Start to connect with the light sources, these high vibrational light frequencies that are coming in from other planets, other star systems, from the central sun, through our sun, through the cosmic portal, into our galaxy and down into our Earth's atmosphere. These are potent light frequencies. It's why there's so many chemtrails. It's why there's so much more clouds, because they're blocking these frequencies, because they know if we start to feed off these frequencies, their whole system's going to collapse. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do with this information? Are you going to forget about it and go on to another video? Or are you going to take this seriously? I'm sharing this with you because I love you unconditionally, and I want you to be free. But only you can set yourself free. I can provide you with this information, but you have to do something with this information. The cosmos, the intelligence, the light, the sound, the vibration, the frequency that created this universe is giving each and every one of us the power, the knowledge, the wisdom, the information contained in these light frequencies to be godlike, to change our atomic structure, to be the truth, the wisdom, the knowledge, the superhumans that we came to this planet to be, the galactic space warriors that incarnated into human form. That is who we are. That is who you are. That's who I am. You need to know this. But the only way you're going to realize this is by connecting to the light frequencies and the light codes and the geometry and the vibration and the frequency that is all around you. If you keep pumping rubbish into your belly, McDonald's, fast foods, chocolate, sugar, bread, white rice, white pasta, all of these foods that have been created, and a lot of the vegetables too that you get in the mainstream supermarkets, they're artificially created. You've got to get outside and you've got to feed off the real stuff. The light that is there is free. In the daytime, you create serotonin In the nighttime, you create melatonin. In the daytime, you're absorbing. In the nighttime, you're processing. It's important that you realize this information. Get out into the daylight, the sunlight, sun gaze. First hour of daylight and last hour of daylight. Sit there, stand there, barefoot, feet on the earth. Stare at the sun, allow that light to come in through your eyes and allow your pineal gland to absorb these high potent frequencies and allow it to change your atomic structure, your molecular structure. Allow it to connect and communicate with your DNA so you can unlock the truth of who you are and why you came to this planet and what your mission is as a light worker, as a warrior, as a powerful, powerful force of nature. Do you think atoms eat sugar? Do you think atoms drink milk? Do you think atoms eat dead animals? No, they want light. That is what nourishes them. That is what nourishes you, because you are a bioelectrical specimen. You are a bioelectrical force. You are electricity vibrating in so many different ways. You are chi, you are life force, you are prana. And this solid form is an illusion. We need to charge ourselves up. We need to charge our internal battery, which is held within our intestine. It's like a super battery. It's like a second brain. It has the power to elevate us in so many ways. That's why you've got to breathe deeply. Get that oxygen into your system. Feed off the light and drink high pH water. This is the key to you becoming superhuman. I love you with my heart, with my soul, with every fibre of my entire being. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel now. Please share these videos with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones. Together we really can make this world a much more harmonious place. Teamwork is the key. You are powerful. You are powerful beyond measure. Indescribably powerful. Man, you are so powerful. Feel it with your heart, with your soul, with every fibre of what you are. Start to raise the frequency in your own molecular structure. Start to allow that rate of vibration and rate of oscillation to speed up so you can raise your levels of density and become lighter and lighter and lighter. I love you so, so much. Peace out, my friends. One love.